Following the announcement by the Prime Minister that a Holocaust memorial will be built next to Parliament, a design winner was awarded at the end of 2017. Elie Wiesel, a Holocaust survivor and Nobel laureate, once said that a memorial unresponsive to the future would violate the memory of the past. In the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum, a genocide prevention center was established to help protect people at risk of genocide today. It's been proposed that one of the functions of the UK Holocaust Memorial could be to host such an atrocity prevention centre. But could addressing threats of atrocity today detract from the significance of the memory of the Holocaust? We asked Holocaust survivors for their view.
It is there to teach a lesson, and that if that lesson is not applied in the future, it invalidates the Holocaust Memorial.
I'm not interested in memorials for their own sake. I'm not one for ceremonies, but I am one for education and for learning.
To have the Atrocity Prevention Centre there as well can only be to the good, because genocide is genocide. It doesn't matter whether it's a Jew, a Muslim, or any other particular religion or minority that is being persecuted.
It should never ever happen again, and that's what the message is.
Without doing something about future atrocities, it loses its meaning.
So I'm all for having a centre to mention the atrocities in other countries.
Parliamentarians will then be able to witness themselves of what happened to the Jews in the Holocaust and use the Holocaust as an example of what can happen if genocide isn't checked.
Nobody can bring back the many who were killed, the 6 million. All we can do is work on the future.
Every time I give my testimony, I'm back at that time. I'm living in those camps. I'm experiencing what I'm talking about. And yes, it is painful, but I feel I am so fortunate to be one of the few to have survived, that I have to bear that pain to help people in the future not make the same mistakes as people made in the past.
You don't take away from the past by looking into the future.
There are people who feel that the Holocaust is unique and should not be used for any other purposes. I strongly disagree.
Well, originally that was my thought. I'm here purely Holocaust. But I've broadened out because of Holocaust Memorial Day, really. The first Holocaust Memorial Day that actually the issue came about the unions who were badly affected, people from different, gays, for instance, lesbians, people from different social backgrounds and different philosophies were also mentioned. I was furious. In fact, I almost walked out. And then when I came home and sat down and thought about it, I thought those people have been just as much mistreated than the Jewish people have been mistreated and still are mistreated.
Of course, the Holocaust was quite unique in the history of atrocities, of tragedies. It was a tragedy, but you know, there are other atrocities, and we should be very careful, because who knows, one atrocity can lead to another atrocity. So it's very, very important to warn people that there are other minorities who are nowadays persecuted.
When I was in Rwanda, I met some survivors, and it was imprinted on me that they suffered unnecessarily because the world wasn't ready to deal with their problem and their genocide. And if that would have been captured early enough, maybe the Rwandan genocide might not have happened.
There is no point in having videos of what happened and bringing people in to see what happened if we're not prepared to use that as a tool to stop it happening again.
I would like to see the Atrocities Prevention Centre making absolutely clear to the people in power, to Parliament, that they can maybe assist in, first of all, listening very carefully to what the people who have suffered atrocities have to say.
They're human beings, like these people who have been persecuted in Burma, whose houses were burned, and the women, a lot of women were raped. I feel people should know about it and should do something about it.
How about looking at those areas where people are sliding towards those atrocities? They are not happening yet, but they might, and today their situation is worse than it was yesterday.
In the end, we are a global society, and it is in our self-interest as much as in the interest of the victims.
There should be an awareness that that memorial has been put there for a very good reason, that the Mother of Parliament should continue to be an example to the world.